This is Larry the Barberman, and today I am at the Melrose Elegance Studio with the $1 million Barberman, Arod.
What up, people? How y'all doing?
Yes, and I'm here today to find out your story. You've done an amazing feat. You've hit 1 million subscribers on Instagram. Your YouTube channel's growing at extremely fast pace, yes, and you're doing amazing things. I mean, you're doing amazing treatments at amazing prices that every barber should learn the psychology of how you're doing what you do. A, for yourself, and B, for the Elegance brand.
Yeah.
So what I want to do first, I want to first start off with how you actually started in barber. Where did it all start for you? I know you was in the military. What else can you tell me about where you started?
Well, it started 14 years ago. I was 14 years old, back in Puerto Rico. I'm from Isabela, Puerto Rico. And, you know, I like, you know, every time that I go to the shop, it was like, for some reason, the barbers caught up my attention, and I will actually look at the process and be like, there's something about that it just grabs my attention for, you know, for a very long periods of time, something that a lot of things can't do because, you know, I have a lot of issues, and if you don't grab my attention in the first 3 seconds to 5, you know, you're gonna lose me. So that was one thing that, you know, my attention was fully into it. And I saw that they use plenty of guards. They go from, you know, the 8 to the 0, and there was something that I liked about it. Plus, I like, you know, looking fresh. In Puerto Rico, everybody, you know, is part of the culture. There's a lot of barbers from Puerto Rico, one of the greatest. They always look clean. If you go to Puerto Rico, one thing you're gonna see is the male part of the island. You know, we always like to be groomed. So every week I'll try to go to the barber shop. If I couldn't, you know, afford it, my dad will give me the money, and I'll go get it was walking distance. I'll go walk to the shop, and I'll get a haircut. When it wasn't possible, then that's when I started thinking about, you know, I have to do it myself. And, you know, I bought a pair of clippers, and I started trying to do a taper. And I messed it up a few times, but, you know, it started there.
Okay, and tell me about your life in the military and how that might have stimulated your barber career.
In the military, I already was cutting for a few years, and I was moving back and forth to Florida. I went back to Puerto Rico, and one of my friends, he was like, you know, what about going to the military? And I was like, you nuts. You gotta be out of your mind. There's war, there's been going wars for years, and they don't stop. Why would you, you know, go there? And he was like, man, but it's an option. It's a steady paycheck. It's, you know, pretty secure. And, you know, he didn't know that much English, so he was a little bit nervous. He invited me to go with him, and I was like, you know what? I'll go with you, and I'll take the test, because I've taken it before in high school. I went and took the test with him. He didn't pass, and I did pass. So, you know, I felt kind of bad, but I didn't even pay attention to passing the test. After I was working at the shop, putting long hours of work, you know, not getting in return, not seeing that hard effort, or I was young and I like to go out and spending the money. And at the end of the week, you know, I was left with a few bucks. I did that, and it became a routine. And when I saw that it was becoming a routine and I was just getting stuck in the same place, I got desperate, and I thought about, I just took the test. Why I just don't join? So in less than a 2-3 day period, I went in, I took the test. I actually talked to the recruiter. I talked to the recruiter. He gave me the list of jobs, and I didn't like the, you know, the list of jobs that they were giving to me. So I heard one of my cousins was a recruiter. I went to him. He explained to me, you know, it's better if you chill, study more, go take the test one more time. You get a higher score, and then you can get a better job. So I did that, and in a matter of 3 months, I was already out. 2010, I joined. The first day, you just walk into a complete different environment that we're used to. And this environment consists of whatever you are right now is gonna be torn into pieces and built from scratch the way they want you to be molded. So it was not easy. It's a lot of things that you have to assimilate in a one-day change. And it's not like the time changed and that's it. You know, you enter a different life that a lot of us, you know, it marks you forever. You'll never, you know, be able to recreate those moments or, you know, but in life you just gotta learn for the things that you go through, and that's what you do. You get built back up, you know, there's a system for it. They build the soldier. You're not a human being no more, and you go forward. Your life depends on it, and the whole nation's too. So it's very important, you know. It's a job that when it comes down to that one moment, you can't commit no mistakes, and that's what they train you to do.
Okay, so how would you say that your military training has helped you in your, you know, your Instagram endeavors and your YouTube endeavors and your work here? Because it's been said that you don't stop working. You're a workaholic. How would you say that army life has? How would you say that's played in making you who you are now, with the discipline and the focus and the dedication and the hard work that you put into what you do now?
Well, discipline is one of the main things they focus as soon as you get there, you know? They teach you how to walk, they teach you how to look, they teach you how to communicate, they teach you a lot of things, and then after that, they put you through a lot of stages, and the job, it's just non-stop, you know? Normally right now, I go to work, I come back home, I sleep for 4 hours, and it's not just something, I don't wake up the next day fully charged, but I know I need to go and get shit done. So 4 hours it is, and my body already, you know, wake up to it, and I can't go back to sleep. Something that I went to, I deployed for 1 year, and that was the schedule for me. It was 4 hours of sleep. Some people were 8 hours on, 8 hours off, 24 on, 24 off. That was their whole year, and I salute them because I don't know how they did it, but I choose to, you know, 4 hours every day. It sounds better for me than that pattern, and that's what I do, you know. I focus. When I got out of the military, one thing I said to myself, and I can't, you know, forget about it, is, you know, I was just telling myself, this is the only thing that you're good for. I don't know why, but that was just the way I saw things and the way I can express myself and be happy at what I'm doing. And I just went back to basics. I got an apartment. I converted the living room into a barber shop. I've done it before. I spent my last check on supplies, and then I began the journey, you know. I already had clients from the military that I worked with, so I didn't, you know, I had a steady begin, you know, everything slowly. You just gotta pace yourself, discipline, and, you know, I started growing. I was in El Paso, Texas. at this point. And it's, you know, it's something I've learned, and then after you get addicted to work, you can't stop, you know?
Definitely. And tell me about your journey from Texas to here to start, you know, this amazing journey with Elegance. How did you end up in this workspace? I mean, this is a little bit more than a workspace. You've got your private studio, hair studio to the left. We're in your photographic studio here to the right. In front of us, you've got an amazing large workspace with snooker tables, drinks and everything. I mean, it's an amazing barbershop. Tell me how you got here and tell me a little bit about the space.
Everything started, wow, in Texas. After I got out, I went to this barber competition, and you know, everybody's hyped up. I've never done nothing like it. And everybody was waiting on this person that was competing, and this battle didn't start if it wasn't that he was there. And, you know, his name is Marcus, one of my partners, my brother. Happy birthday. It's your birthday today. Salute. Everything started there in that competition, the most humble guy I know. We linked up. After that, we started going to a lot of barber competitions and a lot of places where barbers go to network, barber battles, IBS shows, trade shows, all across the United States. And the one in Miami, we met up with Jay, one of our partners for the Elegance Studio, and the CEO of the Elegance Gel. They had a booth there. They already had sponsor Los Cut It. He's a barber from Chicago. Okay. So they gave us some products. They were looking for barbers to sponsor. After we tried the product, we decided that, you know, we had tried a lot of products, a lot of different visions on the way everybody does their campaign. So we decided to go and start working with Elegance. We started doing trade shows, you know, very professional. And then 2014 comes, and my partner Marcus was offered the opportunity to cut Puff Daddy. That was something he was looking and he was going to pursue. We worked at the same shop in El Paso, and then we were sponsored by the same company, Elegance Gel. We went to a trade show to Puerto Rico, and when we sat down one of the nights, and we were just, you know, something we do every time we get together is, you know, we think about what's next and how we're gonna accomplish it, and, you know, just throw ideas, because something positive comes out of that every time that we sit down, you know.
So you're setting goals.
Yeah.
And aspirations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So LA comes up. Puff Daddy lives here, you know. I'm trying to get out of Texas because I'm already, you know, out of the military. I can leave anywhere I want. Something that if you have a dog in a cage and you let him out, he'll go crazy and he don't even know where to go. So that's where I was at that moment. So I'm trying to just get out. I'm like a, you know, a puppy that you had in the room the whole 3 years. So LA sounded beautiful. You're gonna go have a main client, and then I'm ready. I'm ready for anything. So I'll go with you, you know. And it's better to go with somebody than to go by yourself. Jay comes in and tell us about opening a shop. So we worked it out, and we came up with the Elegance Studio. Something a lot of people, you know, see right now as something big, but when you start it, it's just an idea. It starts from just sharing those thoughts that one night, and you know, our visions linked together. Our souls became one, and we saw that we were going after something bigger than us. So 3 months later, we're in LA. Elegance Studio opens its doors, and the rest is history.
Okay. And tell me just briefly about what you was thinking about this space. Like I said, you've got the big shop, the snooker tables, the retail, the photographic studio that we're in now. You've got the private space for your private clients over there. Just tell me kind of quickly what you was thinking. Was this exactly as you're thinking, or did it evolve to this while she was here?
It evolved, yeah. It was all part of the process, you know. I am a firm believer of the journey and the process. If you don't have a journey and a process that you planned, and it can go out of the plan, and you have to go to plan B, then you have to go with plan B. But as long as you keep it moving, like we did with the shop, we started in downtown. It was a loft. It's not Melrose, it's not visible. We were against the grain, like we say. We started trying to get clients, and you know, we're not from here, we're from different states, and it was hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh yeah, I did that. It was a piece of cake and look where we're at. No, it was hard. You have to go out there, you have to go get clients. You have to convince them that your haircut is worth the amount of money that you're asking for. You gotta provide for a service that is valued at the price that you're, you know, putting the price. So we were at one point passing out flyers that if you came with the flyer, you'll get a free cut.
So you was actually going onto the street on foot? Yes,
we were outside. Every Lakers game, you come outside, we were passing out flyers and inviting you to the Elegance Studio. Wow. It looked like a Willy Wonka ticket, and we will give it to you. Come to, you know, get your haircut. And I think we had like 2 people show up. It's crazy.
Wow.
And after that, we moved to Melrose. You know, we built our clientele. We made it happen. Moved to Melrose. First, the location was upstairs, so it wasn't as big as this space that we got here. One day I was locking up the shop and I was going home, and I saw this space that we were looking at and we fell in love with, but there was other people that came and got the space. So I seen it open, and it was like, I couldn't believe it, because every time we were building upstairs, we were walking through this place and we're like, oh man, the chair is right there and we can put all these things together. So it just wasn't the time. So I see this place open. I called my partner. I was like, you can't believe what is going on. Downstairs is open. Next day, he gets on the phone with the landlord, Jay, and I think 2 weeks later, we signed the contract to be down here. So it was like 3 different units. He's an interior designer, so he comes in immediately and starts visualizing where everything goes and start putting everything into place and trying to explain to me, and I don't get nothing he's saying. Okay. Everything he tells me, this goes here, that goes there. I just hear it, but I can't visualize it. That's not one of my good things and my perks. So I went with it. I know, I trust your expertise. That's what you do. You're an expert in that area. Do you. I salute, and let's make it happen. So as he goes building, I can now see when everything starts building up. Then now I see, and you know, I give my inputs, and here and there. The way it got set up, you know, we ended up having a VIP room all the way in the back. We ended up having a white room for things like this, interviews, shows, music videos, whatever you need, you know. You can come here and shoot, you know.
Nice space.
Yeah, appreciate it. And then the barbershop, of course, the way it looks, you know, hanging mirrors. To me, I'm just living the dream already. So.
And one other remarkable thing is the fact that when you first come here, you was charging an extraordinary $60 for a haircut. Your price now for a haircut is $100. Now, for a lot of barbers to hear this, they would not believe it. Tell me how you get people to pay you $60 and then rise up to $100. Is it a mindset thing? Is it luck?
Well, us barbers, the way, you know, in my personal experience, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of barbers relate to me. I started at $3, you know, and as you go, you know, getting experience and getting better at what you do, you go raising your prices, because I'm pretty sure if I say, and I post right now on Instagram that I'm doing haircuts for $3, I can cut hair for a whole year non-stop, you know? But, you know, that's not what you want. You want to know your value. You want to get paid and work normal hours. You don't want to work overtime for little pay. And us barbers, we don't have somebody that, you know, can give us a raise or can tell us you're going to start making more money. We are our own bosses, and you have to increase the price, you know, learn, you know, do a lot of things that increase your value as a whole brand, you know, and services, learning, education, product lines, services, you name it, and you have to pay attention to that, because if you can't provide a service and you want to charge $100, that client probably is going to come check you out, and if he don't like it or he don't feel that your work is valued at that, he might want his money back, or he might just never come back. So we can't over-evaluate ourselves, you know? We gotta be fair.
Do you think that this kind of opulent, trendy, luxurious experience helps you to get that price, or is it just your mindset?
What do you mean with like luxury? Like the shop?
Like, yeah, the shops. It's a luxurious shop. Is that an important part in getting $100 for a haircut, or could you have like a normal shop with that kind of mentality to help you get that money?
It goes hand in hand, you know. Okay. The type of service that we provided, probably if we go into a shop that you can't match, or like the shop is dirty, and you know, so professionalism and, you know, how do I say this? I want to find the right word for it. Presentation. If you don't have presentation, I'm sorry, but probably the client's not even gonna walk in through the door, you know, and realize that there's barbers in there that can provide you with a great service. And here, you can walk by, and just by seeing an empty shop, you know that whoever's working there knows what they're doing. So it goes hand in hand, you know. I educate myself, I try to educate my team. They educate me on things that I don't know. So we're trying to make sure that everybody is at a level where we raise the standard. You come in through the door, and if you don't have $100, you can't even sit on a chair, because that's the way we think, you know. I got great barbers working at the shop. I don't have anybody. So if you're gonna come in here, you know, you're gonna have to show the respect that we show the client and the services that we provide. Everything to, you know, probably the highest levels out there right now.
Okay, so what I want to ask you now, you've got a service called the Elegance VIP experience. You personally charge for this service $300.
Yes.
The service is made up from a range of Elegance products. I'm an average barber. I charge $20 a haircut. What would I have to do with your line of Elegance range to get my price? Well, let's not say $300, say $200. What would be your step-by-step blueprint to achieve $200 from the Elegance range?
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah, okay.
And
this is going to change people's lives, Arod.
Yeah, if you have a pen or a paper, start writing right now. This is the time. When you open the door, the first thing you're gonna have to have is communication with your client. So a welcome to Elegance Studio should be the first thing the client hear when they come in through the door, so they can get comfortable with the environment. As soon as they walk in, you know, tell them we offer drinks here. We offer waters, teas, coffees, and lemonades, all kinds of drinks is included with the service. So we offer them a drink. They can just walk in if I'm ready for them. As soon as they walk in, you know, I make sure they feel comfortable. We have a long line of products that make my job easier, and it upscales my service. So I put the cape on, start talking to the client, trying to find a conversation. Where are you from? What do you do? Because he already knows you're a barber, so you're trying to see in what can you relate, so you can start talking about something while he's getting his haircut. I have a TV. They can watch games. They can watch anything. Even if they go to the bathroom, they can stay updated on the score. I start with the services. You know, you get your fade. You know, I try to be smooth with the clippers, smooth with my hands. You know, give the client that smoothness. And you know, we have gels, pomades, hair serums, razor blades, shaving cream, shaving gels, aftershave lotions. We have gloves. We have a lot of things that can upscale, and they do, your service. So after the haircut is done, you know, we have a black mask. We have a steamer. We have a facial scrub. We have a shampoo that we can shampoo before and after the service. We have blow dry, hairspray. You're done. We style. We make sure you can leave the chair and you are ready for the love of your life, a TV set, a job, a lot of things that you came here to get service for. So the VIP service, I charge $300, but it includes a drinks actually. It includes a shampoo. It includes a haircut, facial hair. It includes a steam, facial scrub, deep cleansing, face black mask. It includes hairstyling with whatever product you like, gel, pomade, matte pomade, wax, hair serum. We do treatments that can justify the price of the service.
Another amazing achievement on your part. Just 2 weeks ago, you achieved 1 million followers, which is absolutely amazing. You're one of very few barbers that have got anywhere near that number. As I mentioned earlier on, I can only attribute it to the fact that many people say that you're a workaholic, you never stop working, coupled with the fact that you focus a lot, you differentiate yourself. There's no one making kind of sitcom educational videos that are funny. In your own words, tell me how you believe you achieved this.
Well, social media is a big market that is just popping off, and when I started, I had no clue of what it was or how to do it, how to use it. It's not until, you know, after Barber starts popping off, you know, everybody posts pictures and all that. We'll, you know, start getting followers, and up to like 50,000 followers. At that point, that was just barbers that were following me, and I kind of always been on top of my work and the way I distribute my work to the barbers. And now, you know, I've got the, let me see how I say this, the opportunity, and I found a way that not only barbers get pleased with the work, but actually regular people, you know. I'm talking about, you know, mothers, sisters, and so. The way I just show my work in my page, and the way I give a little bit of everything and not just cutting hair in my page, it's, you know, one of the ways and reasons that I've been successful with my following. And another one is working with influencers too, also. I had the opportunity, my sister, Nina's Makeup, she is very well known and very well known, connected with influencers. So I started working with influencers and telling them, you know, meeting them, because I always like to meet people. You know, I don't work with people right away. I like to meet them in person, see what kind of, you know, energy they transmit, and if the energies are alike, then I'm more than happy to work with them. I'm a workaholic, you know. So the influencers started coming in, and I started doing haircuts on them. But not only that, we started making videos that will have and include the comedy and then barbering and mix them in one.
Yeah, that's the exact impression that I get.
Yeah, and then we started delivering, and the content that we started creating was, you know, was creating a buzz. And it started 2015 or 2016, and in less than a year, I went from 200,000 followers, or 100 to 1 million. Yeah. So, you know, I get adapted, and I kind of, whatever I like, I study it, and I study it very good. And Instagram was one of the things that, you know, I always wanted to perfect. Plus, it can be a mirror of who I am and what I stand for, but it also is a mirror of my work and the way I do things, you know? And what it's there, I show it for a reason. I know why I show it. I know it can, the way I translate my work, every step, every content, I make it in a form that anybody can understand it, you know? Anybody can understand it. It don't matter if you're 5, if you're 10, if you're 15, if you're 40, you know? And little kids love my videos, older people love my videos, and it's just something that you know, I'm proud of, and I've kept it that way so everybody can enjoy them, and not just certain group of people.
So as much as they're funny and artistic, it's scientific. You kind of look at the views and the likes and you think, that really, really worked, do more of that. Or the views or the likes go down and it's like, that hasn't worked, I'm never going to do that again. And just keep practicing more of what works and dropping what doesn't work.
Well, you also got to look at analytics. I'm a guy that I was good at math. That was one part that I was always good at, and it was math. And you know, numbers they're complicated, but you know, at the end of the day, they're numbers, and there's a way of figuring out the encryption and the codes. But you gotta remember, okay, I posted today. That was low numbers. What's today? Okay, it's Monday. Monday at what time? It was too late. I posted it at 10 in Western time. There was people already sleeping on the east side. The content that I recorded, the angles that I recorded on the right angles, did I get the right lighting? Did my work look the way I wanted to look on camera? Did I did the right thing on camera? Did my client fit the camera and fit the haircut? You know, there's a lot of things that come. There's a lot of things that comes into being an influence and the content that you create, because people are not, you know, understanding. But if you can create content, if you can do your own production, if you can do, you know, if you have that chemistry of providing and showing a quality of work, but also including, you know, comedy, you know, including a lot of things in the same package as you deliver, you know, you can make a lot of money, you know, and people are not seeing that now, but there's a lot of opportunities and different avenues that social media, as is brand new, it's popping off. Like right now, YouTube, it's getting super strong. It's even hurting TV. You know, it's something that we would have never thought, because back in the day, if you made it to TV, that was like the biggest thing. If you made it to the show, if you went to this show, if you went to the other show. But right now, if you get posted by the right page, it's better than even being in the front page of CNN. You know, it's the world is changing, and you know, we have to adapt to it and then use it for the good.
Name some, just very quickly, name some of the opportunities you've got on the back end of your Instagram page.
Wow. And most of them are when I hit the million mark. Yeah, I'm getting brands just wanting me to do as simple as record that I'm at some place and show the surroundings, and you know, it goes from $3,000 to $7,500, you know, a day just for doing that. Reality shows, wanting to come to the barber shop and film. Artists coming in, you know, wanting to just
associate.
That's
funny. You know,
artists,
as a barber, you hit 1 million, and like a celebrity will think, well, if I'm going to get my hair cut by anyone, it starts to be this guy.
Yeah.
He must be doing something right.
I have a lot of celebrities that have found me on the Instagram, and it's something that a lot of people use it, but they don't understand what are they doing, you know? It's not something that, I don't know if they don't want to learn, but they're not, you know, assimilating. And is that, you know, Instagram is not there for you to talk bad about, you know, a different person or anything like that, but to promote your brand and promote what you do.
And yourself. Yeah. Right, talking on the negative note on Instagram, it's been said by some that your numbers are not real. What would you say to these people that think that?